Awesome.
All
Well,
right,
y'all
thanks
have a
for
great
coming in
night.
and interviewing with us. We're going to go ahead and get Aurelix to replace me on comms. But Derek's sticking around, so we
Mm-hmm.
should be getting everyone ready to go pretty shortly. Everyone enjoy another race. This will also be in the danger bracket. One of these runners is going to be going home, even though they're both at their house, I assume.
There.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Have a beautiful time.
Have a wonderful time.
And everyone give a
um,
warm welcome to Aurelix, who's joining us now.
Hi.
hello.
Everyone give a cold goodbye to Jay Tomar, who is now leaving.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
It's not because you're here. It's because I'm tired.
Don't blame me. Before we get started, everybody get up and stretch a little bit. Go get some water, get some food if you need it. Do a little bit of self-care real fast. We'll get started here pretty soon. Yeah, we'll be entertaining here. Well, I use heavy air quotes, entertaining. Well, before we get started,
Be sure to stay hydrated.
I have my nice giant bottle of water that I have been working on for a little while. The dog goes to sleep on you, soft gnome. That is a great way to be stuck watching the PK Scramble.
Nice. I got a lizard asleep on me.
You know what? That is one you don't hear often.
I'm just getting set up still myself, so I have the tracker. So I maybe don't lose track of what we've got going on.
Oh, it'll happen anyway. But folks, this is a great time to go ahead and throw out feel free to join the Discord. There's always people popping in and out and chatting. Get started with PK Scramble. You don't have to play the weekly flag sets. You can choose different flag sets to make it better and easier for yourself as you're getting to learn. Or if you're just absolutely insane, you can go for 8 sanctuaries and try to go as hard as possible. But I highly recommend getting started. If you are interested in any capacity in Scramble, there has never been a better time to get in. Like I was saying, during the last race, if you're just joining us, you can actually choose flag sets where you can have two sanctuaries. No Gygas finish, no magic can't finish. You just 2 sanctuaries and you're done. It's a great if you're newer. It's a great 45-minute, hour-long seat if you're going slow. It's something to go and learn with. There's trackers online through Ori. You've created one.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing web tracker. So if you're on Mac or Linux, and I'm sorry if you're on Linux.
Hey.
I used to use Linux, so I remember those days of all right, how do I get this to work? But there's the web trackers that Ori has created, which are excellent. There's some excellent emotes trackers. I'm a Linux. I don't hate Linux. Linux is too much work for me. It is a lot of work to set up.
Personally, I just got fed up with Windows when they decided to do yet another update and interrupt my work. I was finally done.
There you go. Looks like we are getting the countdown. We'll be getting ready to start in about 15 seconds here or so. So let's give some nice cheering as they're getting out of the gates. We appreciate them. And this is in the danger bracket. So unfortunately, one of these competitors will be going home. But we will still love them, and they will still be in the community. And there you go.
Look at that. I love when runners do this. Arn's coolest thing is Lilo. Lilo's coolest thing is good luck, Arn.
There you go. And you're saying I talk about the coolest thing. What are you? As they're going to go check Buzz. Ooh, right off the bat, a cloud enemy. Yikes. But the Ghost of Truth is dead. It's fine. Buzz, where are you taking us today?
Winners.
Ugh. That's not great. It's not terrible.
It can make for an interesting seed. We'll have to see what the rest of these turn out to be.
Yeah. We
Are
will.
nothing to fight this mole, I suppose. Hey, you could use teleport to dodge enemies up here, but you could also just get the levels.
True. Oh boy, rock candy.
Hey, rock candy's alright. Rock candy gives you a random stat for those not familiar. If you get yourself a random point of vitality, that's 20 HP. If you get yourself a point of IQ, that's what, 5 PP?
Probably something like that.
Something like that. It's worth it. 15.
Wow.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
While they're checking this, there's a prediction going on who will win. So be sure to do that. Happy Valley is the statue.
Rock Candy Glitch is still present. It wasn't patched out. The rule set kind of disallows it.
It's I think the rules is kind of like you use it and then you discard rock candy at that point, I believe. Wada Bills.
Yeah, if you accidentally did the glitch, nobody's gonna fault you if you just throw away the item since it dupes the item.
Yeah. Ooh, there Arn's doing my favorite strat of going to Winters, grabbing the item, then going right back to Onet, which is going to come out ahead because that's the police badge. The police badge is going to be useful, extremely useful in Tucson, as we do have the Wad of Bills, which will also then take us to 3. So it's a good play right there.
I just noticed Lilo mashed B through that. You got the what? You don't even have a buck? Lilo went to... Well, I guess we won't even see what he fought.
Ooh. The Franklin badge in a library. This seed is telling us, alright, happy is going to be important.
It's close to the soft lock, but it has to be a green boss swirl. Then you've soft locked yourself. Lilo dipping in to check the presence in the, we'll call it the cultist house, I suppose. It's not a bad play if you're looking for extra items to beef yourself up.
True.
Lilo does not have that Franklin badge yet, so maybe knows based on the items, but doesn't have the actual item to know that that's the check that we need to do.
Truth. It does look like the arcade might be a little rough today.
And the kit item was not the key to the cabin, as I saw some guesses in chat. It was the pack of bubblegum.
Pack of bubblegum. That's not a bad check. I mean, we're getting items for places that we can go at this point. So that's not bad. That gives us to Winters, which gives us Sank. We have Happy, which gives us a Sank. We're getting some stacked Sanks, but that concerns me, to be honest. When they start stacking Sanks, it makes you really question some things.
There are actually a lot of directions you can go with this seed, so it's kind of interesting to see that off the bat. So I'll mention one thing here. Lilo actually took a teleport right outside that cabin and skipped this fight that Arn is just now finishing.
There you go. As they're doing some cleanup, I did want to throw out what the flag set are. It's becoming thought that we had not done that yet.
Yeah.
This is a race percent for sanctuaries with 2 alternates. That means 5 sanctuaries of Magic Camp, or 6 sanctuaries and you take the victory. We do have the max item level of 70, and we have no repels and 100% generated enemies. So there's going to be no vanilla enemies at all, except for bosses. So we are going to be getting the Micro Electro Worshipper. So kind of scary there. Jet Seat is a miserable pile of secrets. It's true.
Yeah, you're not wrong. This is a potential setup for what turns into a long seed. We don't have all the keys to know that for sure yet, but the possibility exists.
True. We are going to be facing up against the cultist. It is a mole by arnpoly. It's Mondo Mole. So that's
What level is he?
not
Not high enough to paralyze, so it is actually kind of a scary fight. Oh, and bashing for 1. That is bad news.
Yeah. Might be a see you later, Mondo Mole.
I'm a little interested where Logic thinks you should go from here.
I'm leaning towards police badge.
Police badge, maybe. That's definitely a scary check to choose for your first real check, just because you're locked into a series of 5 fights.
Gonna grab a couple extra levels in the sanctuary, which is required, so it's not bad. Lyle did get some extra equipment, so that could be helpful as well. You're right.
He at least got the bear down, but that is a nasty fight.
Yeah, the boss may be a little rougher.
I'll say it's clumsy. You have no hope of using Rockin' effectively here. Oh, he's out of psychic points anyway.
Yeah, that 60 and you're doing 9. Yeah. That's a rough one.
Could it be done? I think so. Would it be my first or second choice to try that again? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would consider the badge or Winters at this point.
India. That makes sense. As mentioned, I would not personally like going for the badge just because you're locked into fights. You have a similar issue with Winters.
Yeah.
But you've got to start somewhere, or you need to go grind so you can start somewhere. One of the two, your choice.
Taking the Sanks that we have is not a bad choice, though. It's required grinding, kinda. If you think about it that way.
We've got Starman Deluxe and Happy Happy, and he said he was the first Sanctuary boss, so Logic intended for you to come here, if not first, at least fairly early. But those calls for help, we saw a generated Mook and a generated Bag Lady. Generated Bag Lady, maybe not that scary. Generated Mook, I'm not a fan.
Retro, you're not wrong. This is gonna be an interesting seed because that Lilput might be doable. It's gonna be rough, but he does keep the levels, yes. But then Carpenter cult check is gonna be pretty rough. It's looking like everything is just really pushing back and saying either get some equipment or it looks like we're funneling away from them.
This is, and I forget where we were discussing this. And by we, I mean an entirely different group of people. But this came up in discussion in a Twitch chat. Generated enemies has the potential for an opening like this, where all of the enemies are kind of nasty. None of the different branches of logic are immediately obvious which way to go. And your best play in this situation may just be actually to grind. And it is painful to choose to go slow in a race. But as the saying goes, slow is steady, and steady is fast.
True. It looks like Winters might have been the play. Streamer's pain is the chat's gain. That's not a wrong, and that's not wrong at all.
Thank you, Crimson.
Okay. Starman is down. So we do have our first sanctuary for arnpoly at 10 minutes. Not too bad. The ever elusive take a break. Have some stew. Don't see that too often. Arn is going to be on Lyle's Heroes? Probably. It's either that or go try the police badge. Those are your two options at this point. It's looking like Winters might be the play, but at this point,
I thought so until we saw that Lilliput is apparently first sanctuary. That's why, I don't know, I'm concerned that Winters may also be even worse. But we will find out shortly. Oh yeah, get your Tessies in chat.
The mayor has zombie paper. So Arcade is on the back burner for now. And the police chief is actually a mole.
This is interesting. Now we're actually pretty well diverged between the two runners. So Arn is definitely ahead, having one sank, but it's really hard to say who will wind up in the lead overall.
It just depends on how these fights are going to go. They're okay. These puppet fights are not terrible. I would not say they're great though.
Yeah, this would have been a rough place to start as well.
But if they can make it through, they're going to get another kid check because they have wad of bills at this point. They can immediately walk to Tucson, do Apple Kid, then go to 3, get a kid.
Yep. So, it's a ride, but it's almost always worth it.
True.
I think unless I had something really motivating me otherwise, that would probably be my number one priority, is just go straight to 3 and see what kid you unlock.
Yeah. It doesn't look like I was struggling with the brick road, so that's not too bad.
Yes, it is a little bit like random start, except instead of the random location, it's just figuring out where you were supposed to go based on how difficult the enemies are. Nice duck skip.
That was clean.
And a proto skip to go with it.
Down goes the mole. So we have officially opened up Tucson.
Lilo's going back for the presents. I respect it. Not feeling confident, you may as well take a peek and see if you get something nice. No luck, though.
Boiled egg, not so great. Okay, meme time, folks. Meme time.
Hooray, fun times. Hooray, fun time. Acceptable.
Run validated.
Yeah, a 1338 on net. That's pretty good.
Deadly Taciturn Mold Man. Or Moldy Man. I'm sorry. Moldy Man.
Lilo got possessed. That's unfortunate. And there's no real way to clear that without getting all the way to the end of Pond Cave.
True.
Old man was my father.
Ooh. Taking the immediate door spawns.
I wonder if Arn was listening into a earlier commentary, going right for the condiment vendor there.
Yep.
I think that's the first person I've seen not take either the egg or the banana.
Gotta love it.
Myself included. Lilo did make it through, so that is good news. And looked like the jar of fly honey.
Yeah.
So that may be interesting. That may turn into the classic where you have the choice of going to get Gygus or getting your fifth sank. We'll have to see.
Yeah. What was Apple Kid? I looked away for just a split second.
Yep, me too.
Chat, come through for us today.
And we'll find out eventually here. Arn's gonna go turn in that Franklin badge. Maybe
Key to the
not.
shack. Thank you, Falcon. Key to the shack on that. It's not a bad thing. It's not progression. But, it's not bad.
Ooh, Starman Jr. on guard. Ideal opener. This guy's actually really rough. You're like, oh, he's the first boss in Earthbound. Well, you don't have Buzz spamming shield on you, so...
Yeah.
And since he has all those PSI attacks with the animations, he take a bunch of damage. It's hard to take advantage of the rolling HP meter. He's really a jerk. But Lilo handled it alright.
For Rainy Circle, not too bad. So Lilo's going to get right out of here. What do you think? They're probably going to go to a police badge at this point, right?
Hard to say. Oh. Lilo learning where the zombie paper is as well. Going to Happy, so... might be Carpainter, could just be choosing to do Lilliput while evaluating what there is to do. Looks like the Sanctuary.
Carpainter fight is down and will give us the meteorite piece. Ooh. That puts some value in the zombie paper at this point.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty clear path through. Is that going to be everything required? Do we have any other options along the way?
We do need cabin key at this point, but we also do have to read the wad of bills still.
I mean, so Winters unlocked the jar of fly honey. We know the arcade gives you the zombie paper. Or do we have any other checks that are getting us the entire... from taking that path all the way through Saturn Valley and unlocking everything?
That is a good question.
Lilo not having too much difficulty with the second Sanctuary boss.
No, not at all. So, Three Kid would have to be Jeff or something. Yeah, at this point. We got our second Tessie ride. So it is a good time. Everybody go follow these racers. They have been providing some amazing entertainment, some high-level skill. As well as go follow my co-commentator, Ari. They have been doing some excellent work in the tournament, as well as creating the tracker that a lot of people use through the web browser. And does a lot of Scramble content. So go give them a follow. It is 100% worth it.
You can follow me if you want. I streamed like twice as often as Tolmar, so like a couple of times over a couple of months. You should follow Derek.
If you like Scramble content, yeah, that's pretty much all I do in these days. Hey, we got some sounding off for the tracker there, Ari.
Like I said, I'm happy people enjoy the tracker, and I'm happy we have a choice as well. You have the emo tracker, and you have the web-based version.
Yeah. Tomar is right. Lyle has been streaming tons of Scramble.
That is why I like my tracker. I use my tracker, but it will highlight for you things that I have missed in my own runs.
I personally use Emo Tracker because I'm in Windows and I was using it for LTTP ages ago at this point, far before I knew about Scramble. So I already had the setup for it. But you can't go wrong, regardless of which tracker. And I think you could probably agree on this, although there might be a use my tracker. You can't, whatever tracker you use, as long as it's really helping you and getting you comfortable with the game and it's making it playable for you, I think that's worth it. Now, Lilo, you gotta have a good meme.
Yeah, Lilo definitely died to that mole. Super Ness. Yeah, I mean, so far anyway, we're still solo Ness on this seed, which is somewhat uncommon, but we've seen it once in this round of the tournament already.
Can we do a 5 Sank Magicant solo Ness? I don't think logically we can.
Yeah. That was my last race.
Oh, was it really? Okay, I missed that one.
Yeah, I did solo Ness. Paralyzed. Why not?
Well, you know what? I think that is a good time to mention that there is mostly VODs are now up on YouTube as well, aren't they?
Yeah, Temple's been working hard at that. He's got most of the VODs moved over, if not all of them now, moved over to YouTube. So you can also check out Earthbound Super Series on YouTube.
You will find almost all the runners here today. You might even find some runs that I have for Boogie Percent. But you will definitely find all of this tournament's races up there as well. So give them a watch. And they're all, I gotta say, Temple, if you're listening, thank you for putting them in playlists. And in order. So there you go. Lilo noped out of the
Yeah, this is the interesting point to me. If my gut tells me that Arn is on the right path, will clear enough things to clear all the way through to Saturn Valley, unlock a whole swath of options. I'm curious if this is going to turn out better or worse for Lilo. He should know, because he got the phone call, that this will give the zombie paper, but I don't think he has a way to use that zombie paper yet. He may just be choosing to do this, though, to try to get some more experience before doing the other thing he was maybe scared of. But, yeah, the arcade is not too much better, honestly.
I'm going to go ahead and say we're probably going to get a warp to Saturn Valley at this point. It's with the zombie paper locked behind that. Like, there's a couple opportunities for warps here. I think there might be a solution, a warp solution, without having to rely upon the zombie.
I could also see if Logic, because Logic can go whichever way it really wants, if it expected you to go to 3 to pick up the kid in the prison and then have that kid to also help you with that fight, because then difficulty can scale way higher.
True. And they have had the 3 potential for a little bit.
Arn now has a second Sank. I think that really has them caught up with Lilo at this point.
True. They're going to go to Tucson, and they are going to turn in those bills. At this point, that is basically the only thing. So we are prepared for a bus ride down to 3. Avoid the ghosts. Try not to take out too many pedestrians in the long mile.
That's a good point. If you can get good at Teleport Alpha, you can save, most of the other runners actually have the numbers memorized. Was it like 7 seconds difference between Alpha and Beta? It's worth it if you can do it, even if you maybe crash once. Oh, look at that. Fly's coming with.
that fly was chasing him down.
Yes, you can see the wad of bills from across the table. You can see the diamond from across the table. There may be other small changes like that I'm not really aware of. The bookshelf in the library and that one, you can go pretty much anywhere. Which key for quick equip? That is the R button.
Very
R is in Romeo.
That is an excellent change. The number of times I have tried using that in vanilla is too high.
Lilo passing on the Casey bat. Good choice. I hate the Casey bat.
I tell people when I do run, if they want to pay me $50, I'll run Casey.
I hated that last run enough with the slingshot and using that the entire run. But I never found anything else at all. This is a good point here. Lilo actually is talking to the return desk at the department store. This is the fastest NPC in the game if you want to sell things.
I actually did not know about that until this tournament. I don't think I've ever talked to that person.
You're right, I was paralyzed. It didn't matter that I had a slingshot, and that was why I was so happy to just use rocket instead.
There's Jeff in the prison cell. Now, Jeff will have an item. What item he has, we'll find out.
It'll also give us Boogie Tent as an option. We'll see if we got that. Oh, saved a bazooka for Jeff. That's always nice.
Monkey invitation on Jeff. Not great.
Hard to picture that will be too useful this seed, but maybe.
Well, actually, hang on. There is some terrible thoughts. Boogie Tent has pencil eraser, right? We know where zombie paper is. We know where jar of fly honey is. If we have to do belch base, then walk to the desert to use monkey invitation for something useful.
The key to the cabin to get pollen. Not impossible.
I see the line. Yes, I am seeing the lines of code in the Matrix. Master Belch, and there was a Skelpie in there.
Master Belch, not too scary. At least with that bazooka, anyway. Guaranteed damage. Can't beat it.
Eraser. I had half of it right. The worst timeline.
Eraser has the pencil eraser.
Oh, that's just wrong.
We could just chain this out all day.
That is true, Andy. Right after they lost their death warp too. If they had didn't have to take the bus, they would have been fine. Yeah. We are going to see Giant Step for Arn.
Probably saying, heck with it. Which way do I really want to go here? I want some time to think about it.
Yeah, not a bad choice, though.
I've been trying to push for that idea. for most of the runners. If you are not sure which way to go next and you have a Sank unlocked, it's basically free time to plan your next move. Go do a Sank.
True. It's a great moment when you're listening to the sound file and you're like, all right, cool. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And you have to do it anyway, so.
Lilo must be checking more presents. It's a Viper. Yeah, that's a good point. Falcon Hit mentioned it. That's a little quirk of generated enemies. Virtually certain Arn was ambushed by 6 mummies, but they actually didn't all fit in the battle engine, so only 4 of them actually showed up. Oh, man. Is Lilo going to go for the Viper strats here on Car Painter?
Ooh.
I want to see it.
I don't know how I feel about that. Frank was a giant step, which wasn't too bad.
3 Sanks for Arn. Sounds close when all you need is 4, but we're not too close yet. This is definitely shaping up to be a longer seed.
It's long. It's looking longer, but right now, if I'm looking at my tracker right, Arn only has 2 options: arcade for the zombie paper, or eraser at Stonehenge.
Yep, I agree.
So my guess, and this is just my air quotes professional opinion, Arn is going to go arcade right here. That will finish up Onet. 100%. You're done there. You never have to work there again. At this point, I think they can take it out. They should be fine-ish. Then you can walk out to Stonehenge. And you'll be good to go. Because at this point, they're sitting there thinking, I still need to get to Saturn Valley somehow. So, and ultimately, Star Master could give us something in Saturn Valley. So it's one of those, you have to ask the question, take the difficult boss, or take the long walk and have to ride Tessie again. Which do you do?
And since you don't really know how difficult the long walk boss is going to be, unless the one to boss is just impossible, like, I would spend a lot of time working on Clumsy and Trillionage here.
Fair. Yeah, there will be it's looking like, assuming that Stonehenge is required, that we will see 4 Tessie runs today. Trillionage.
Just now discovering the key to the shack.
Jimothy, that is a good point. Stonehenge wouldn't give you a new item, or it wouldn't give you a new location. Yeah, no, you're right about it. Unless it's UFO. Unless it's UFO engine.
Yeah, it could be UFO engine. Or it could be the key to the cabin. And then Paula's Ever Dread checks give you UFO engine. Something gross.
It's not a great item.
I would agree. I would lean much more towards the teleport check. Sitting from this nice vantage point where I don't have any stress of the run on me personally, but...
Are you talking Guardian General? Yeah. Chicken percent.
Chicken percent.
No, don't release the chicken. Chicken's got to stay. I say that I can't hear the chicken.
The chickens are only counted in ancient cave. You can keep or release the chicken as you want here. Really, yeah, release the chicken at Gygas. That is truly the best answer.
So,
Where's Daniel?
Ryan, there is not as far as I know, there's not a dedicated Discord for Scramble, but there is the Earthbound Speedruns Discord that Scrambles basically run out of. I believe there is a stream command, I think it's exclamation Discord. There you go. That you can join up, and there's plenty of room for Scramble stuff there, as well as learning about Boogie Percent and things like that.
Yeah, 1 billion levels. That was also a really difficult fight. Lilo just barely got through it. It doesn't look like it anymore because he got 1 billion levels, but
That was an interesting strat to take it on right now when you do not have Paula.
for sure. But it unlocks the shop, and this shop has some real valuable stuff. So this, I mean, he's got that big league bat.
The Big League Bat is a loved item.
So this may actually work out in Lilo's favor, just by virtue of having those nice items to bash through fights. Just auto-bashing through fights, that can be extremely fast.
True. No need for defense when you got offense. That's true.
Round 2 on Trillionage. Meaning Lilo is probably also going to resign to the walk through to Saturn Valley.
It's not bad.
So Arn has the logical lead, knows more information about the game, and is a little bit farther progressed through it. But now I think Lilo's better positioned to move through the rest of this more quickly. So I'm curious to see how this will work itself out.
True. He does not have giant steps, so he's technically 1 sank behind as well. But with like you said, with the Big League Bat, no problems there. Bash it out, and he'll bash the rat even faster. So you're I think you're absolutely right that I think it's the technical advantage versus the equipment advantage. You gotta love Blood Lake Saturn Valley, right?
It's certainly a choice.
And we are in Saturn Valley for Arn. We do have the meteorite piece as well as the jar of fly honey, so we got a couple different options we can go from here.
Get rid of that bat. Gross.
I'm surprised they hadn't got rid of it earlier. We're thinking about what to get rid of, and they got hungry HP sucker.
Memes aside, I will hold on to the Casey bat if I get it, just in case I run into an enemy where I only bash for 1 damage. Because at that point, okay, fine, I may as well equip it.
Fair. Star Master, what you got for us today? Don't give us 3. Star. Ugh.
That's up there, might as well be 3. Bag of Dragonite, let's go.
There you go. No repel sandwiches today, so that means... Isn't that, at that point, the only thing is Dragonite? Because isn't that, only 1 or 2 items?
It's usually a good item, but it doesn't have to be a good item. I think I've seen it be, like a protein drink or something, just trash. Okay, so Arn is saying, heck with it, I'm going to go back and do Stonehenge. Which I'm a little surprised. I don't know that I would choose that over the jar of fly honey, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Well, well, actually, this makes sense. So, jar of fly honey only gives us a work, right? Then we have a sanctuary. Right now, we need an item.
Well, jar of fly honey would also unlock access to Foresight. So
You know what?
You could go. You could run off and do all those checks.
That's true too. We might.
But I guess your gamble is really which one do you think is more on logic as well? Because if you guess wrongly there, you may hit a wall that you can't overcome.
True. Yeah, I always forget about the ever elusive. You beat up Beltran. Congrats. Go to Foresight or the desert.
There's a ghost. He even tells you. He's like, "Oh, all my ghost buddies are leaving the tunnel. Now you can walk there."
That assumes I read. At that point, where I'm not
Tolmar worked so hard to put that NPC there.
I overmash. I overmash. I will be the first one to say, mash. That's probably where a big set chunk of time for mashing or too much mashing.
It's all good. It's actually a good segue for Tolmar has actually made a lot of interesting changes to the game as well, outside of like speedrunning, outside of the key item stuff. Just changing around NPC dialogue here and there, adding little stuff here and there. So even if you're not interested in running this like as fast as you possibly can, there's still neat stuff to check out regardless. I would talk to people that maybe you talked to once in vanilla. I would go out of my way and see if maybe there are Easter eggs here and there where there didn't used to be. You'd be surprised what you can find.
Truth. Yeah, Easter eggs for things you can't do in vanilla too. Yeah. My favorite one is warping out of the cabin and not having to fight Pokey, then going to Peaceful Wrestle Valley. Try it at home. Find out what happens.
Yep, Dungeon Man has some good text. He has one of my favorites. I agree.
Skip snack. No nope rope today.
No step. I looked away. I missed if the red ribbon will not erase the eraser. Okay, Lilo did put down the zombie paper, so it looks like Lilo's not biting on the eraser yet.
True. And the eraser erases the eraser. So it's out of your inventory. Congratulations. I don't remember if that's vanilla. I'll be honest. I don't remember if that's vanilla. But I love that piece of dialogue. That the eraser erases the eraser.
I enjoy that it even works with like the original Japanese pun. What is it? The original one's like the Kokeshi Keshi or something?
Ooh, yeah. That would be interesting.
Ooh, Sword of Kings. You can just toss that on the ground. You don't need that.
Put it there, yeah. It is it is the mall katana.
30 offense. Its only plus is it has a hit rate of 16 out of 16. Most Earthbound items are 15 out of 16.
If you get poo, you might as well equip it to him, but at a certain point, it's just... Why keep it in your inventory if you don't have poo? And at this point, I'm going to say logically they are probably not going to ever have poo.
It seems very unlikely, but... Hey,
We could
who
see
knows?
we could see a spooky yogurt dispenser here pretty soon.
All right, the big reveal. Was a second trip required for Winters?
I'm saying yes. It's looking to be a little tough. It's interesting that... Okay, there we go.
A little bit lucky, honestly. Nausea actually gives you the same hit chance as crying does, so bashing that out was really risky.
What is this item?
Coin a slumber.
Hey, get rid of the Casey pad. It'll be fine. Key to the cabin. Confirmed needed.
Well, needed for 4 sank. Is it needed
True.
for 5 sank?
That is true.
I think having invested in it, I may lean towards going down the 4 sank and get Polar out. But
Yeah.
that's still a tough choice.
Oh, you gotta get Paul out here, and then yeah, at this point, just go do Jarfly, honey. You're done then.
Yeah, it is go mode if you're willing to do Gygus. And I think in this case you probably should be willing to do Gygus.
True. At this rate, with the caliber of racers that we have seen throughout this tournament, like doing Gygus is not infeasible.
Let's see how Belch's base is. Arn's gonna have to do this, and Lilo's already here. So this is the other half of the big reveal. Arn is technically in go mode, has quite a bit to do though before actually completing the seed. Lilo is not in go mode, but depending on what gets unlocked after this fight, Lilo may still wind up actually being ahead.
Retro, I don't know, but we can certainly try to ask in the posted commentary or interview.
Belch's base was not a problem. What's the teleport? Down.
That's another kid check. I mean, it's not a bad thing to go get extra bodies for a guy.
Well, if it's Pooh, it even unlocks another teleport.
Truth.
If it's a teddy bear, then I'm sorry.
We want Buff Bird.
Buff bird, buff bird, buff bird.
Bird! Let's go for Buff Bird!
Pumped to see buff bird, but not great news for Lilo.
You know what? I'm sorry. Right, Retro? It is Prince Buff Bird the
Excellent.
third. Buff Bird is Flying Man. Soft It's normally in Magicant. Super heavy hitting in Magicant to help with Ness and taking out his Nightmare. But in Scramble, you can find Flying Man wherever you can find a kid. And he hits really hard. His Royal Highness Prince Buff. You're right, that is the full title.
PK Bird. I didn't realize Lilo had not checked the... You can check that from the back, that's awesome. He had not checked the teleport here. He's going to be disappointed, but he hadn't checked it yet. So, I think in Lilo's shoes, I would probably run off to Dusty Dunes and Foresight and see what that's going to be. But we have no idea where that's going to be, and it needs to be something useful very quickly.
So Everdread was the UFO, and
Everdread's UFO engine, and Arn is not biting on Foresight Go mode. So Arn must either... I would assume Arn realizes it. I would hope Arn realizes that. But might be opting for the 5 sync, just because in general that has turned out to be faster.
true. Arn has not done Bell. That is correct. But they clearly have access to it. That's interesting. I mean, if this work for Magic Cake is Foresight, they could be cooking.
Oh, that would certainly be interesting. There are dud teleports or another Starstorm unlock, or it could be something like Foresight that opens up all kinds of stuff. Hitman saying, "Hey, do Belch's base."
So, okay. Has Arn mistracked something?
Taken the hint. Okay.
That's interesting. True. Straight race stress is a thing. I agree.
Especially on a seed like this that was pretty flustering in the first, 15 minutes. All of the enemies were tough.
True. I mean, Arn is not behind by any, because if you're going to do Force Sank Gygas, you do have to do Winters, and they have not done that. So Arn's not out of it completely. Crimson, I also enjoy auto track. Agreed. It takes out the oops, I didn't track that.
I don't know. I also play on the flash cart, so getting auto tracking set up is much, much more involved.
I would love to one day be able to play on the flash card.
Poor Gator. Okay, so Lilo's definitely going down the path that I personally would also choose, which is doing everything except Eraser.
So,
Lilo skipped the club. Lilo does not have the pencil eraser, I don't think. So I don't think that's really an option yet.
That was an ant infestation. You are absolutely right.
Could have checked the mines. The NPC outside the mines will tell you what is in the mines, so you know if it's worth your time. And you're really fishing, like, a carrot key would get you to the end, so I think that would be valuable, but... Oh, the double hint strat! Oh no, and recommending the eraser. And Lilo says, no thanks, I'll see what's in Moonside.
Arn does not have the eraser yet.
Don't blame Lilo one bit.
No. The route divergence is tasty.
Yeah, this is... I love to see this, personally.
It's extremely, it's entertaining to view. You know? I can't blame him for avoiding the eraser, because It's a terrible location to have to go to. You're sitting on Tessie. Oh my god, this is so horrible. This is eating up time. Has my opponent done this? Am I behind? Why me? And you're going to be sitting there the entire time. Hey, just to let you know, there's a ghost that tells you that 3 more second player.
Oh, hey, that'd be handy.
It would be if you read all of the dialogue for. What does the other ghost say? Woo, I'm a ghost.
Verbatim.
That's 6 O's though. Okay, not 7. We are gonna see. It looks like mini bar.
And yeah, based on that charm coin, I think this mini barf's gonna be bad news. But you got Buff Bird, you got a bazooka, and Jeff, I'm fairly sure. And Rock and Betas, I think it's probably still doable, even if this guy is scaled to the 9s.
Buff Bird does never fail until he does.
Yep, I agree with the auto fight here. Just let Flying Man do most of the work.
Paula's feeling a little weird for arnpoly. I think just took out Jeff. That's okay.
Alright, this is critical for Lilo. This needs to be something good.
Pencil erase, right here. Calling it.
Tiny Ruby. Well, no UFO engine, because he didn't go that route, so... meh.
Go on Dunes check then, huh? No? Maybe? Yes.
Yep. That's already been made. Pretty much gotta sit in it.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Yeah, selling OK pendants at this shop is really scary, but again, at this point, I would at the very least see what's in the mines.
I think Arn would send it. So right now, that's a good point, cool. Right now, that does mean that Arn has 4 sanctuaries. That being Giant Step, Lilliput, Milky Well, and Rainy Circle, and Lyle has, I believe, only Giant Step, Lilliput, and Rainy Circle, missing out on Milky. No, they've got all 4 sanctuaries as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're both at 4 sanks.
Yeah.
The obvious difference being Arn has Paula.
That was what it was. Thank you. So I mean, if this is Arn's to see what he does with it. Get Flying Man. Get Buff Bird.
Depends. It depends on what's in these mines. If mines contain Carrot Key, then Lilo can just run right to Sank 5 and Magic Hand.
True. No Buff Bird, we're out.
Signed
Or
Bananas, that's a Sank. Lilo has a valid option to beat the game. Does not need Paula.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like Arn's going for 4 Sanks, possibly. Lila's going to go for 5 in Magic Hand. So, I mean, at this point, it's really kind of up in the air.
Oh, it may be a nasty level Sank, absolutely. Lilo doesn't have a choice. Lilo's going to have to figure it out.
Hitman also did straight up tell him, use the eraser. So I think Lilo knows where they have to go, but is saying, not today. And you gotta respect it.
Well, Mole Cave doesn't look like it's going to be too tough, so this is going to be a race. Lilo is familiar with the abridged version of the mines, the Mole Cave, if you will. So in Scramble, this dungeon is shortened from the vanilla version. It's not quite so windy with a bunch of branches that have nothing in them. I don't know, what, like maybe a minute, 2 minutes faster to clear almost?
Yeah, I would go with that. I personally like this abridged dungeon. The abridged dungeons
absolutely.
are an amazing addition that was given to us by Omar. Man, that abridged dungeons are so much better. So it's gonna come down to the Gygas. If Arn one-shots it, I think they might take it. If Gygas is nasty, lylovir could steal it. So with Arn entering Cave Pass, let's go ahead and get in our guesses for who is our assistant today. We cannot have Carbon Dog, and we cannot have Nightmare, I believe. Who are we looking for? Frank is out.
I literally saw Kraken, but it's going to be Kraken. Spawns are going to make or break this too. They actually don't look too bad, honestly. Yeah, there's stuff that you're able to dodge. So that makes a big difference on this Cave of the Past walk. And then you don't get beat up so much before you actually fight Gygas. So if Lilo has things that are awful to get around in Magicant, then that may also... Really, I guess it is. It's pretty much up to execution at this point.
It really is. Taking the single fight instead of having to try to despawn and end up getting 5 other enemies, gotta respect. Buffbird has been slain. We shall pour out a protein shake for the Buffbird. The assistant is Dark Link. Wrong game. Good energy, though. I like it.
Hey, it's generated enemies. Tolmar could have done anything. He could have patched this thing overnight. I don't know.
You know what? That's...
It's Dark Ness. He just mirrors anything you do with an S. That'd be horrible.
Oh, that would be evil, and I love it.
Ooh, Lilo gonna get the skip? Got the photo skip. That is very important right now.
So, Lylovir's not completely out. It's gonna come down to Gygas. Shuffling a Darkness into boss pool. Oh my gosh, we're giving Tolmar ideas!
There's like 4,000 curse ideas in that thread there. All of varying usefulness.
Arn has 5 minutes to finish this. Ooh, Thunder and Storm. I do not think I've seen any Thunder and Storms in chat.
He's not too scary, in my opinion. But Gygas opening with an alpha is bad news. Didn't one-shot Paula, though, so that's good.
Okay, and Thunderstorm is down. How is the second phase Gygas going to look? We do have Franklin Badge, so Thunders may be in the possibility.
Several revive items, too. So Arn's actually, I'm not going to say in great shape. Gygas can always be real scary if he wants to be, but
I guess it's looking kind of scary.
Yeah, especially with 100 damage freezes.
Ooh, the 1 HP on Paula.
Oh,
Yep.
Carrot Key at Hill. What a thought. That would make 6 Sank the most viable I think I've ever seen.
Oh, that's clutch.
Paralyze on Captain Strong, so Sank 5 is basically free.
Okay, so that is not looking super amazing for Arn. What is the key item? If it's Carrot Key, we are popping off. Didn't
Not
check
even
the
checking
item!
it. No, I don't blame Lilo.
I feel like I might have.
You've got tunnel vision on, hey, 5 Sanks, I need to go. Not to mention whether or not the racer is actually progression.
Oh man. Okay, so Lyle is gonna go to Magicant. Take that and see how that goes. Arn has got to get through on this with little to no execution issues. Or Gygas just being a jerk.
Lilo's still got to get to the Magicant boss, too. Without any repel witches, Magicant is not an easy walk.
Mortal damage for Paula. Is it? Are they going to be able to get the prayer off in time?
Oh, Ness is. It's always hard to tell. I think Ness is confused. Yes, he is.
Yep.
Oh, and the thunder. That's rude.
Okay, this is Lila's to lose. We just have to despawn, and we have to have something really good in Magicant. Or the Sea of Eden.
Lilo has no more buff bird, does not have a Paula, and we know for certain that Magicant has scaled, at least a fair bit farther. But don't forget Lilo has significantly better equipment. Ooh, the present. That's like the easiest one to dodge. Definitely still takes a lot of practice, though. And these spawn tiles are pretty much 100%, so if you try despawning too much, you're going to get backed way far out. But it mostly worked out.
Arn is going to send it again. What happens if they both wipe? Lilo will go back to the beginning of Magicant, and Arn will go back to where they saved in Saturn Valley.
Why is Arn not giving Franklin badge to Paula? It is depending on your inventory and what you have available to you. There's an argument to be made for not giving the Franklin badge to Paula and leaving it on somebody that can keep the party alive instead.
It's a good question. I like that. These
I don't-
dice, though,
Not a hard and fast answer to that one. Yeah, these are. Hey, they're runaway. Okay, get out of there.
Ancient Lieutenant Devil.
Okay, if Lilo can dodge the bosses down here, then he's set up pretty well for the last fight.
Teeth in the sea.
Sea teeth.
Seath, even.
Oh, it's Carp Painter. Actual Carp Painter.
You know
With a
what?
Franklin badge, so that's not too scary, actually.
Not bad at all. And paralysis? Yeah. Didn't work, though. Okay.
Yeah, you're doing a ton of damage bashing. Yeah.
Oh, there it is, folks. There is going to be the GG from lylovir. Drop the in chat. lylovir with the 5 in Magic Hand has stolen the victory. Come on.
Proving you don't need to ride Tessie twice. Get that eraser out of here. I'm not doing it.
Cannot blame, and I love it. I love it. Now, let's find out what Magic Hand had. I'm really curious.
Yeah, definitely interesting logic.
The diamond, okay.
The diamond, and Venus had the yogurt dispenser, so it would not have been 6 Sank at least. Although if you would have kept following it, it would have been, but it wouldn't have been worth it. Lilo, welcome in. Congratulations on your win.
Hello there. Thank you.
That was great. The 5 and Magic Hand. So, when you got the hint, eraser, what was your thoughts on that point?
I thought I was screwed. Because I was kind of at my wit's end when I decided to go to Winters in the first place. And after having died, I think 2 or 3 times in a row, once to Happy Boss, once to Trillionage Sprout. And I feel like I died to a Starman at one point too. But no, most of the time I felt like I was entirely behind.
It was a really close. It was really close. When you went into Foreside, that was at that point it was like, all right, what's gonna happen here? That was really good. We did have a question from chat. I would be remiss if I didn't ask. What theme are you using today?
Oh, this is Energetic, I believe.
Okay.
Nice, okay.
I love it. That was really close. Arn was at Gygus and is there as well, and was just having a little bit of struggle, and that let you take the Magic Hand, and then getting the boss right there. He made it. Getting Carpainter right there was not a problem for you.
Gygus is very nasty this seed, it looks like.
He has been nasty in just about every practice seed I had. So I had decided probably yesterday that if the seed would let me, I was going to go for 5 Sank Magic Hand because I just didn't think Gygus would be worth it. And I mean, I don't know, I still don't remember where Paula is, so I have no idea.
Paula's at the cabin.
Yeah, so if you would have gotten the eraser, you would have gone through Stonehenge. You would have gotten the key to the cabin. That would have gotten you Paula. That was like Logic's quote intended route. But you found another way.
Yeah.
The alternate win. We're getting some pop on chat about alternate win. Can agree. Alternate win has been a really has been a boon for everything. Has been a boon for the runs of being able to just take a different alternate. Because Gygus can be brutal and punishing. So any other thoughts on the seed while we finish up watching Arn run Gygus?
It was another seed where Berglin Park boss was hiding the goods. I think I just barely squeaked by the victory against Guardian General, I think it was there. And oh my goodness, the big league bat early on like that, plus all those extra levels and the Spectrum Beam. I mean, the rest of it, even if I was playing catch up, I knew I could just absolutely just roll right through it.
Yeah, that was a huge play. I actually had not thought about doing the Everdread check without Paula just to get the shop items. That was actually pretty slick. I liked that.
It's definitely backfired on me in numerous practice seeds, but in this case, I'm very glad that it paid off.
Agreed. Agreed. Looks like we are getting ready to finish on Arn's side. So I think this would be a good point to say, hey, make sure to follow these lovely runners. They have provided amazing entertainment and quality gameplay throughout the tournament and into the future. If you enjoy Scramble content, these are the runners for it. So make sure to go give them a follow up on the Twitch. You can click on the link down in the title and go right to their channel and just follow right there. So let's make sure to go follow my lovely co-commentator Ari. They're responsible for the tracker as well as doing a bunch of PK Scramble as well as being in the tournament. So be sure to follow them.
Again, I like never stream. You should just follow Derek.
There you go. I'm excited. It's really fun to get to watch all of these races, especially as someone who I am not in the tournament, but I get to watch from an outside perspective and go, oh boy, I really would not want to be up against this person. They are rushing lately.
That's like every person at this tournament. I don't want to race anybody. Gonna lose to everyone.
I'll just go 6 sanctuaries for the meme. Also, want to throw out there, recently we have been updating the YouTube, so you can watch all of these VODs up on the YouTube and make sure to catch up on races that you've missed and show them off. Looks like Arn is getting the finish in at 117. Congratulations, Arn. So I know that I've been watching the VODs here back and watching some of the old stuff as well as some of the new stuff, and it's really fun and interesting to watch as you can like almost see changes within PK Scramble throughout the time. So I think it's really interesting. Anything else while we wait for Arn to jump in? Ari, do you have anything to add?
No, this was a heck of a seed. I absolutely love that both of our racers managed to find a pretty different way of solving the seed. And it was a very close race. If Arn's first attempt on Geigas had succeeded, it would have been extremely close, like probably like freeze solidifies difference close.
Wow.
It would have been tight. But they have officially finished as well. You're getting some praise and saying you still might have taken it, Lilo. There you go.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it would have been another super close finish like Daniel and I.
I think I feel like we were spoiled that was in the first round. I think it was the second seed.
Yeah, while we were still arguing, hey, how long do these things take?
But that was excellent. So thank you for everything, and I want to say thank you to all of our restreamers. Tolmar is restreaming today. Thank you to Tolmar.
Yes, thank you, Tolmar.
Excellent. We are getting the new updated brackets. So, do you know who you're facing up against next round? Carolina?
I believe that. No, I haven't a clue.
It's I think it's Sarah.
Ooh.
Good news. The bracket was just updated.
Oh, hey. How convenient.
There you go. Yeah, we love the restreamers for this. We would not be getting to watch this. So, thank you.
Looks like Lilo, you will be facing the loser of Andy and Attack Slug.
Attack Slug. Oh no. They are both very formidable scramblers.
And I get to face the winner of those two. Man.
There you go. So I I unfortunately do have to bounce out. I'll let you finish up, Ari. Thank you much. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. I don't know if we're going to get Arn into chat.
Here is Arn.
There is Arn. Arn, congratulations.
I made it.
You did make it. Your first Gygas attempt was unfortunate. If that hadn't fallen through, I think it would have been a photo finish. Still a very good run.
I botched up with the Franklin badge. I noticed that, I don't have this on Paula. Why don't I have this on Paula? And I think it was a Thunder specifically that bit me in that Gygas fight, so...
And here I thought it might be intentional. Like, there is a case where I could see the argument for it if you just have, like, a ton of restore and revive items on somebody else. And you did. You had, I don't know, at least half a dozen, I think, cups of life noodles and horns.
Yeah, I had 7 or 8, something like that, but... the freezes really just got HP, both of them. Well, I didn't bother keeping Jeff alive. There's really no point. In fact, I took all the horns and life noodles off of him, but yeah. And then getting like the nausea. I mean, it just was just an HP drain fest of a fight. Really, the only strategy I came up with was just, have Ness heal and Paula pray and pull through. And I barely did. That second time, just barely did. It was a toughie.
And that's about the best you can do, especially if you don't have poo. The logic in the seed was very interesting. The two of you finished in fairly different ways. As it turns out, Lilo did not. You both made a trip to Winters, came back, and then found the eraser. Lilo never went back to do that check. Never got Paula and found a 5th Sankins instead.
Oh, which one did you find? What was the 5th one?
That's a great question. The seed is already clearing from my mind.
The opposite
I know.
of seed bleed.
I did 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think
it was
signed
Milky Well.
banana.
Or Magnet Hill. There we go. Thank you.
Real fast, just want to say GG runners. I am sorry, I do have to bounce. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will talk to you on the next commentary. GG to both of our runners.
Thanks for my commentary, Derek, especially on the doubleheader.
Hey, always.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Derek.
Have a good night, everyone.
But yeah, it was very interesting to watch you guys go in very different directions and finish so close together anyway.
Yeah, we talked about trying to do that photo finish again. We almost made it happen.
Almost.
We really almost did. I felt like I took a lot of roundabout checks. I forgot I had items. It was kind of a sloppy run. So
Oh, that's right.
I had at least two times I remember, like, why am I here? Why am I doing this?
Checking the hint man and seeing, hey, you have the jar of fly honey.
I had to read. It was funny. I had to read that text like 3 times because I went and looked. When I landed in Summers, I stopped and looked at my inventory. Like, I've got to be missing something. It just felt like something felt wrong. I looked right over the fly honey. Just looked right over it. And I looked at every single item. I went real slow through it. And I guess when you're racing, your mind is also racing. And so I wasn't moving as clearly as it was. And I had to read that text like 3 times. Like, what are you talking about? Go behind Grapefruit Falls. I don't have the fly honey. I checked. I don't have it. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, geez, okay. So, yeah, it was a weird seed, for sure. The logic was kind of, can we talk about the beginning?
Yeah.
There were like
I'd
3,
love to.
I had like 3 checks in the beginning, and all of them just led to death.
Every single one.
Yeah.
So I started off feeling incredibly behind, and I finally resigned myself to going to Winters, and literally as I hopped on Tessie, I was looking over at my tracker again, and I went, I have the police badge. I bet I was supposed to go there. I'm going into death again, aren't I? And thankfully I managed to pull through, but It just. Mm. Did you ever attempt Berglund Park? Berglund Park boss, I mean.
Yes, I did.
And how did that
I
go?
won that fight against Guardian General.
Nice.
That was another thing. Like, this is weird because he had a lot of HP. And I had just gotten Paula, so I was just freeze. And I was trying to paralyze him too. I thought paralyze was effective against Guardian General, but it wasn't working for me. Maybe that's just a logic gap. But I tried like 3 or 4 times and it didn't work. And then him just kind of bashing away. But he was hitting hard, and yeah, he had a lot of HP, and that kind of made me think, okay, maybe this is not the right direction to go.
So I ended up taking him down, obviously with only Ness and Jeff.
Oh my.
But it was basically like a mini magic ant for me. And then I went shopping because his store had a big league bat and a spectrum beam.
Oh man, I forgot to check the shop. I meant to. I forgot. That would have been nice. I found a hyper beam in Delam
Mm-hmm.
because I had gotten that. You probably went there too because you went to Milky Well. You probably got that teleport. I went to check because that was my last sync. I was ready to go, and I'm like, maybe Pooh's here. He would help, and he wasn't there.
Yeah. And I was thinking, oh, maybe Paul is here.
No, I found Paula real early in the cabin. Found her real early.
By the time I
was
got
trying to
there,
track
I
down
had
trying to track down the key. Yeah.
I had completely forgotten that she was out there. So by the time I got to there, I was like, well, I don't remember where Paula. Like, I don't think I've seen her. If I would have seen her, I would have grabbed her by now. Like, so there must be. This must take me to Paula somehow. But
I
it
was
worked
really
out.
let down by Flying Man. I didn't take him. He's not really worth it in the Gygas fight. Really, not really worth
Oh
it.
no.
Well, even without Pooh, I guess it really wouldn't have mattered. You worry about him in Phase 3 when you have Pooh and your brain shocking and having Flying Man mess that up. That didn't happen. You didn't have Pooh. It might have been okay. It actually might help with some of the fights, but I don't know.
Yeah, Buffbird was definitely helpful for Lilo.
Mm-hmm. Took quite a bit of aggro from the. They were at these angry spider things. They looked like Titanic ant, but I don't remember where I was. And they just kept trying to poison someone on the party. Well, the someone was always a flying man, and it just never did anything.
Yeah, I love that. He's like a magnet for that stuff. The teddy bear is too a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think he might actually get that same teddy bear logic where he takes like, what is it? 3/5, 4/5 of the attacks.
Right, something like that.
This was a hot mess of a seed. It's good. I bet it was a fun one to watch.
Great one.
I'm
to
looking
watch.
forward to watching it back.
All right. You guys got any closing comments before we finish it up?
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, and thank you, Tolmer, for restreaming and putting this all together. And GG's Arn. Well done.
Yeah, GG Lilo.
Good show.
Knock him dead in the next round.
I'll try. It's going to be nerve-wracking.
Every match is an uphill battle in this field. It really is.
True.
Speaking of which, next race will be Tuesday at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. It's going to be Cool Ball versus Crimson Green. Be sure to tune in. And then I think we have, Wednesday, 3 races back to back, and then another race again on Thursday. So, once again, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Lilo. Thank you, Arn. And thank you, Tomar, for doing the restream. We'll catch y'all on Tuesday. And we're going to raid Andy. Andy is doing my Firefox window crashing. That's what Andy's going to do. Looks like Andy's doing Earthbound.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I think we're good.